Oh, Raptors win once again. 6 in a row, baby. 102-86 over the Philadelphia 76ers with Joel Embiid in the lineup at the Air Canada Center, and it was booming down there at the ACC. Tons of crazy things going on. We got some moments to talk about, but all I gotta say in this game is this was a team effort. We can all speculate and say, oh, DeMar's the only guy in 20-plus figures. He had 29. Kyle only had 12. Oh, the offense wasn't going. The offense wasn't as big as we have seen it. 129, I think it was a couple games ago, or you're not going to see that every game. You only score 102. However, your defense does a remarkable job only giving up 86. And we're going to talk about specific players and how they did, just because there's a couple guys I really want to stand out in this game. Guys like Jakob Poeltl. You guys remember that, I think it was in the third quarter, that and one that got the bench and himself absolutely fired up. Just Jakob Poeltl, a workhorse on the offensive glass. He is not an unbelievable rebounder in the offensive glass, which is fantastic to have. And then you have a guy like Delon Wright, whose length is a virtue defensively. You saw it in this game where he blocked Saric. You know what I mean? When you block a guy much bigger than you, Delon Wright's defense is something else. And having him back in the lineup, it's beautiful to watch. And watching him do what he did in this game, 14 points for him in this one. He was dynamite again for the second game in a row. It's just so nice to see Delon Wright back. And it's great to see Serge get back into his little groove again. You saw in the last game, he's been real hot. And then in his last game, he kind of slowed down, 12 points, 8 boards on 4 of 13 shooting. But then today, he had 17 points, 6 rebounds on 6 of 10 shooting, 60%, 4 of 4 from the line, and 1 of 2 from 3. So right away, he got that stroke back. Kyle was great. JV was a beast. The team overall just played a remarkable game. How hard this team played against Joel Embiid. You know what that guy brings. You look at his average on the season. 23.7 points, 10.9 boards, 3.5 assists. He only had 14 points, 8 rebounds in this game. Now, I understand he's been out for quite a while. I get that whole spiel. But you hold one of their best players, you hold Simmons and Embiid to under 40% shooting. And under 15 points, both of them. You're going to win. Right? And just this team, like I said, defensively, the way they were working hard. And as a team, the ball was moving on offense. Everyone was doing their job defensively. And that's how you win games. When your offense isn't where you want it, the team only shot 41% from the field, 33% from 3. Yeah, not as great of a game, only 18 assists. So not a big offensive game, but your defense is what won you this game. And I'm proud of these guys for this. In a win streak, when you're a good team, like we said in the Leaf video, when the Leafs were winning and they really shouldn't have, good teams find ways to win. And the Raptors, they have found ways to win. You know what they have found, though? A freak of nature in DeMar DeRozan. What do I mean by that? This guy coming into the season, not a three-point shooter. And his last 3 games, he, like I said, has become a freak of nature from 3. Let's go back to that game in Charlotte. 3 of 4 from 3. Last game in Philly, 6 of 9, freak. And in this game, 4 of 7. In all 3 games, he's 50+% from 3. And he's knocking down 3, 6, and 4 threes. Not what we're used to seeing from DeMar DeRozan, but he's feeling it. His teammates are feeling him. He's playing unbelievable basketball. Hey, he's our all-star. He's our MVP. That's the man right there. Keep feeding him the ball and have the other players do their thing. The reason I love this team is you never know from one day to the next who's going to be that guy. But you know there's going to be at least one guy. Today, I mean, you had, yes, DeMar on offense was all over the place. He was great. You know what I mean? And the big thing, we talk about the bench and how they have to be a huge thing for this team. Well, you look at it, DeLon had 14 points. That's great. Pirtle had 6, Siakam 4, Fred didn't even get points, and Powell had 8. Now you're thinking, well, they didn't have a great night. Defensively, that second unit was absolutely dynamite. Philadelphia really couldn't get anything going there. You look at the plus-minus. DeLon plus 13. Pirtle plus 16. Siakam plus 14. And Fred VanVleet plus 16. They were doing their job defensively. Was the offense clicking for those guys? No, not really. Except for DeLon Wright and a little bit of Jakob Pirtle in there. DeLon Wright was 6 of 12 from the field. Pirtle was 2 of 5. Siakam 2 of 8. Fred VanVleet was 0 of 5. And Powell was 3 of 8. But they got the job done at the defensive end. That's beautiful. Offense for a young team is something you can work on. Defense is hard to teach. But these young kids, they're good. And they are really, really good. That's why I think we have one of the best, if not the best bench in the NBA. Now, there's going to be debates about all that stuff, but you know what? You look at this game and the amount of big moments. I mean, DeMar, I remember one play especially where, when he does that up and under, it's just like underneath the basket, it just makes me go, my goodness, this guy is on our team. Thank you. When Kyle in the transition threes and Norman Powell late in the game throwing down a beautiful hammer and Serge Ibaka late in the game firing down a hammer. I mean, it just gets the crowd and everybody pumped up. Why? Because I think there's that different feel about this team. You know what I mean? We've had Kyle, we've had DeMar, but you never had that other guy. And Serge Ibaka, we thought was going to be that guy at the trade deadline last year. Didn't really find himself last year. Was kind of struggling early on this season. But my goodness, over the past, couple weeks or so, this guy has been ridiculously good. His confidence is through the roof. And he's looking really, really good. And his defense is still unbelievable. That's the big part for Serge. He can give us as much offense as I'll take as much offense from him as we can get. Because you know what you're going to see defensively from him. And the difference between this year and last year's team, the bench is electric. They got mojo. They actually got something to them. You don't have a bench guy come out and go, oh, well, what are we going to see today? Well, you know what you're going to see from that bench. They had that little scuffle where they didn't really do much. They were really struggling. Looks like they found their way again. And having DeLon Wright back, that is huge. You now see we now all see the impact that guy brings to this team. I mean, beautiful win, but you got to keep going. You're 23-8. You've won 6 in a row. If I'm not mistaken, you've won like 12 of 13 or some crazy number like that. That's great, but you got to keep going. The next game for the Raptors is Boxing Day on Tuesday. They're in Dallas taking on the Mavericks. Yeah, we're not good enough to play on Christmas Day, NBA? Get that garbage out of my face. It's stupid. Get all these big matchups with all these big teams, these great teams. You got the Golden State, Cleveland, Washington, Boston, Houston, Oklahoma City, the up-and-coming stars in Minnesota, and the Lakers. Yeah, the Raptors are second place in the East, 23-8, and they don't even play. Shove it. Just useless. Respect the North. That's all I got to say. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video, and man, if you've enjoyed Raptor basketball lately, smack that like button. And by the way, CJ Miles doesn't play again today. The Raptors don't miss him. Well, they do miss him. But they still get the job done without him. Hopefully he comes back soon, though. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed this one. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys think of the game. If I miss any crazy moments, hey, let me know. Because I tried to figure out them all. Oh my goodness. Let me know what you guys thought about this game. Your MVP in this game, who would that be? I mean, I think we all got to say DeMar, but would you say Serge or would you say DeLon off the bench again? I mean, let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk to you guys. What would it be? The 28th, that is a Thursday, Leafs edition. They're in Arizona taking on the Coyotes. Austin Matthews back at home, so that's good for him. He'll be there for the holidays. Then he can stay home because the Leafs take on the Coyotes in Arizona. And then for the Raptors, they don't play till Tuesday, which is stupid, in Dallas, taking on the, what's their record? 9-25 Dallas Mavericks. Thanks, NBA. 7 o'clock tip-off down in Dallas on Boxing Day. Hope everybody has a great and safe Christmas. And we'll talk to you guys Boxing Day. Hopefully the Raptors don't eat too much. And then they keep it rolling. And they win their 7th straight game in Dallas, Texas. Talk to you guys then.